said, let me prove that I'm brave, let me keep going. But the cave goes for miles and miles and miles.
I guess welcome to the credit video for
And you're
Let's
so
Play the Beginner's Guide.
tired,
I'm BurningDogFace.
I know that you're strong. So turn back. Turn back.
Probably not. Yeah, we're just here. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Oh, go to menu. Ahem. Sorry, I had been playing a Japanese game recently, and I guess I got into the unconscious habit of thinking of A as cancel. Since it's defaulting to PlayStation controls, where they liked to use circle as confirm and X as cancel. The X on the bottom. I don't even know what to say, guys. I feel like I'm not going to be able to fully put my thoughts into words for a while. I felt like this game I don't know. It felt like it got under my skin. I could recognize bits and pieces of myself all throughout it, and that's a very strange situation to find yourself in. It was very moving. I mean, I don't know that I would say I enjoyed it, but I certainly didn't not enjoy it. And I'm very glad I went on this journey. It just wasn't... You know, they sort of had a theme in the notes. You know, define fun was one of them. But yeah. I don't understand why they called it the Beginner's Guide. I'm going to admit that. But, that's the journey. I like to answer whether I would recommend a game or not at the end, and I guess in this case I wouldn't recommend it for any of you because you've just seen the entire story, and the story is all there is to see here. But if you happen to know a person, particularly a creative person, who has been struggling with things at times, I would recommend this game for them. Because I'm not entirely sure, again, what the message of this game is. But I'm very glad to have listened to it all the same. And I'm looking forward to the moment when the pieces start forming together in my mind. Special thanks to Ronan Drake for gifting me this game. It was quite the experience. And special thanks to Davey Reedon for creating it. Even though it exposed you as I don't even know what it exposed you as, but it exposed you as having done something you thought was terrible in the past, and that took bravery. But, I don't know if any of that was real or not. It felt real, but you can never be too sure. But either way, Coda, if you're real and somehow you're listening, you just keep on making prisons, even if you don't show them to anyone else. The process isn't supposed to lead to the same goal for every person. And, if that's what you need, then you build as many different prisons as you like. Okay. Sudden jump cut there. And, what we're looking at is, well, the stairs level. But it's actually been, thanks to a number of unexpected circumstances, it's been a week since I recorded the run-through of this game. And my thoughts have been percolating since then. And, I thought I would come back in here to just share some stuff with you guys. First of all, it turns out I did miss one little feature. Once you run through the story, you get the option of playing through it again without Davey Reedon's commentary. Frankly, I don't know why you would, but one of the things that's noted about that is that if you choose this option, you don't get any of the interference Davey put into the levels. So you actually have to do the labyrinth in the first level, and it will actually take you forever to reach the top of these stairs, and I think you might actually have to figure out the puzzles in the tower level by yourself, even though they're practically impossible. Although apparently, Tower Devil Star, that was the only repeated message from the notes level. Apparently, if you take those Tower Devil Star, those names, you find those cards in a tarot deck, and you figure out which number of the tarot it is. It's the combination to the brute force guess the combo puzzle in the tower. Go figure. That's the most obscure hint I've ever heard of for a puzzle. One other thing I'd heard of is the reason I've come to this level is because it apparently contains an Easter egg I missed, and I'm kind of glad I did. Let's see. Which one is it? Was it this one?
I know it's tempting, but there's actually nothing over here. Sorry.
Alright, that line right there. That's important. Not this corner. Wrong corner of the map. Okay, maybe I'm doing it wrong. Creepy. Come on. So yeah, weird singing from nowhere. Just an odd audio emitter. That's funny. There was supposed to be another one. Some kind of woman's voice. It doesn't really matter. The point is there are 2 hidden sound emitters in the corners. And some people have suggested that there actually being something hidden in this level, after the only time in the game that Davey specifies that it isn't, there isn't anything hidden back here, is an early indicator that he is an unreliable narrator. As we learned when we discovered the note from Coda saying that it wasn't him who put all those lampposts in his levels. Weird. Anyway, there's all kinds of thoughts about this game. Holy crap. Some people think it's a metaphor for something that happened to Davey Reedon himself. Apparently the guy said in an interview that he went through a period of intense depression after he released the full game version of the Stanley Parable, as opposed to the original Half-Life 2 mod, I mean. But, the fact that the game just sort of ends without any actual conclusion is kind of what brings me to the conclusion I came up to. Grammar good today. I think that if anything is the point of this game, if anything is the message of this game, it's that not every game has a big, deep meaning or message. Not every game is trying to communicate with on the subject of the human condition, or say something about ourselves as a species or a society or whatever. I think the point of the narrative here is that there is no unifying message or theme to Coda's games. And why would there be? He was the only person who was ever intended to see them. He started sharing them with Davey because he'd made himself a friend. I think the idea is that Coda just made these games to entertain himself, or as a means of working through his own problems, not as a way of expressing something. But Davey, who saw Coda as this incredible auteur, ended up becoming so obsessed with finding the secret meaning of his art that it destroyed their friendship. And that's what I keep coming back to. People looking for people reading into this, trying to find the secret true meaning of the beginner's guide. I think they're just falling into the same pit that Davey did. Which is kind of meta when you think about it. But, yeah, my feelings in this game I understand a bit better because this game hurt, man. I recognized so much of myself in it. Sorry. I needed to make an adjustment. I was just about to say that a friend of mine recently hit the nail directly on the head when we were discussing this game. And he points out that maybe the reason I was so intimidated by the idea of, sharing my final thoughts with this, how did he put this? Is that it's a story about a creative who is suffering under the weight of his own self-doubt and loneliness, as well as, most especially, the fickleness of his muse. I remember those words very specifically. The fickleness of his muse. As someone who has made himself half crazy, fixating on little tiny details of his writing that no reader could ever notice. Very specific word choice things and such. Reword a sentence. Change the inflection or emphasis in the way someone is talking. I get it. I said, I believe, at the time that Coda's pain cut right through me, and frankly, that's because a lot of it was my pain. So you'd think I'd hate Davey Wreden's guts, but at the same time, I've been the guy who screws everything up with good intentions myself, too. And I can sympathize. Back over to the Howling Corner. Angelic choir, my ass. That sounds like a Halloween ghost. I do kind of wish the story ended on a more positive note. Oh, I guess that does make it more realistic. At this point, I'm kind of assuming that Coda isn't real, because on the one hand, I saw someone make a really convincing argument that involved the fact that, this isn't like a program Davey is giving away for free on itch.io or something. It's, this is something he's selling on Steam for cash money. And if this really was made up of levels made by someone else, I'm pretty sure that's illegal in every country. Just saying. Copyright laws and all that. I mean, it wouldn't inherently be a crime in and of itself, but all the original creator would have to do is say, "That's mine," and the smackdown comes calling. I don't know. Maybe Coda's real, maybe he's not, maybe it's just a metaphor for Davey himself after the release of the Stanley Parable. I don't know. What I know is that as a person struggling with stuff, and as a creative, this story resonated with me, and I don't think I'm going to forget it for a very, very long time. Now, I suppose I could just keep rambling all day in this big square, but, I think I'll cut back to the outro now. Take it away, past me. I'm BurningDogFace. And, I sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for joining me for Let's Play the Beginner's Guide. I hope you found it as interesting as I did. And I hope you'll join me for my next video series, when, hopefully, I get back to Prince of Persia, The Forgotten Sands, and finish that off once and for all. Knock on wood. Until then, have yourselves a great day, Burning Dog fans. Later!